Namaste. Today we are going to look into the stock market to find out how to choose the stock. There are a lot of influencers who talk about the stock without understanding the law of karma. The law of karma actually works in people finances a lot. If you twist the law of karma to your advantage, you can choose the sectors very easily, obviously. This is what you call it as a modification of Peter Lynch principle. Now, Peter Lynch used to say, buy the companies whose products whom you use. For example, Gillette 7 o'clock you use. The same way, if you are using Maggie, buy Nestle. If you are seeing Discovery Channel, use buy Sony. Like that, whatever products you are using, Peter Lynch used to say, buy those companies which will be helpful for your success. Now, this is a slightly a twisty argument. For example, my mother worked in the medical sector. So, I choose to buy stocks which are connected to the medical sector. Now, that helped me to make money across. Now, I don't want to mention the share, but you can use your father and mother's energy wherever they have worked. That can be used as a point of choosing the sector across. Now, many people don't understand karma is an important component in making money. More than the pivot point, more than the PE, more than the EBITDA margin, more than the what you call POB, all that particular thing, the debt ratio, you have to get connected. For example, if the father has diabetes, it is very well possible that the son also can have diabetes. The daughter also can have diabetes. In the same manner, musician family produces music across. For example, Ravi Shankar daughter Anushka Shankar got nominated to Grammy across. There is another daughter of her who again got nominated to Grammy across. So the musical lineages produces music across. It is actually, if you see in the lineages, people who study well tend to produce people who really do well. I asked one lady, I asked her, how come 7 of your brothers are postgraduate? She said, we are Telugu community, we believe in giving education to people. My grandfather built a great school and the school is still there, though we are not connected with the school. That punya must have helped us to study across. So same way, tap the lineage punya when you are trying to make the stocks or the persons whom you see. For example, I know one lady, a very important, who had played a very important part of the role in my life. She belonged to ICICI. So I choose the stocks which are connected with that of ICICI. Choose the sectors, choose the stocks where your parents have worked, where your brothers have worked, where your sisters have worked, where your friends have worked. So that is the way to choose the stock sector. Now many people think without the karma they would be able to manifest money like that in thin air, and the so-called influencers become very rich by giving ideas which takes the money away from your hand. So please understand this principle, which is trying to buy the stock which is connected with your profession, with your father and mother's profession, with your brothers and with your relatives' profession, or it is connected with your friend's profession. There is a person who came from L&T and who is working in L&T. I told him, buy stocks from L&T because that is your karma is connected with that. And he said, can I buy stocks in Indian hotels? I asked him why. He said, I am actually a cook in L&T. I tend to disperse food for the entire group across. So I said, yes, you go ahead and buy in the food or in the hotel industry. So buy the stocks where you are connected with people in some way or the other. Now, without this, you are not going to be successful. Whom you see is what you become. Warren Buffett uses this principle across by meeting the stockholder. For example, he'll meet the CEO of Coca-Cola. He might be in the board of a different company, Apple, where he will see people, connect with those executives, and those stocks he buys across. This is the easiest and the simplest way where you can make money in the stock market. Unfortunately, there are many kind of weird ideas which are being talked about. One sector is enough where you can make money across. Now, one stock or two stocks is enough where you can make a killing across. So that is the problem with the people. When you want to choose the sector, choose sectors which are connected with your profession. If you're working in pharma, buy pharma. If your parents have worked in the bank, buy the banking stocks. If your father has worked in the textile, then somewhere the textile stock will be helpful to you. So connect with your lineage punya, connect with your family punya. That is how you will become very, very successful. For example, Manipechu Srinivasan stayed in Jamshedpur, where his parents have worked in Tata, and he promotes the Tata shares. He says, buy Tata, Tata is a safe thing across, and he has made money. There is nothing wrong in that. That is his unconscious way of tapping his father's lineage punya. So please understand that this is a easier way. Diabetes travel in the lineage, music travel in the lineage, money also travels in the lineage across. That is not understood by many people. They tend to go into random stock and they tend to do it across. The second principle is connect with advisors who have your father and mother's name. Let me give you an example. The great Alexander was very sick and he was about to be treated. So somebody came and told, there is a physician who claims to be, wants to treat you in the opposite camp. Shall we bring in? Alexander asked him, what is his name? He said, the name is Philip. He said, okay, you bring him across. And now Alexander got healed. And the people around him and asked him, how did you choose this fellow across? He said, my father's name is Philip. And I know nobody can harm in that particular name. Try to connect with the financial influencers who have your parents' name, who have your brother's name, who have your best friend's name. That is the way you can use the luck factor to become very successful across. I have seen many people do not understand the name pattern in people's life across. For example, Ambani, Adani, all those Amitabh Bachchan, people who have names as Ye became very successful in India because Ye is connected with that of sun. This is an astrological principle which can be applied. Of course, I am not a SEBI registered advisor, and the second thing is I do not owe responsibility. Please talk to the people who is concerned, but use this technique to enhance the buying of the stock, which will be very helpful to you as a person. Thank you so much.